Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for another practice. I really appreciate all of you on here doing these flows with me, and do comment and let me know how you're getting on and any requests. Today we are doing another strong and stretchy Vinyasa practice. So we will be working into some heart opening postures today, also be stretching into the hips, and as always, really connecting to listening to your body, what you need from this practice today, and taking a child's pose at any time that you need to. So we'll start off in a comfortable seated position on the mat, grounding into the class. So starting to close down the eyes or take a steady gaze. And bring the hands to the knees with the palms facing down, a gesture of grounding. Starting to observe your breathing. What could your breath be telling you about how you feel in this moment? No judgment, no right or wrong. Bringing some awareness into your body. Noticing how the body feels. Allowing your neck and your shoulders to soften. The muscles in the face starting to relax too. And dwelling in that part of you that lies behind the thinking mind. You're not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. Opening the eyes back up now when you're ready. And we're going to take a deep inhale and sweep the fingertips up to the sky. Lift your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, cactus the arms, open across the chest. Try not to let the ribs flare out here, so we're drawing the belly button in towards the spine, core switched on. Take your next inhale here, finding that lift. And on the exhale, we're going to twist to the right from the waist, and then you can float the hands down. Following with the gaze coming over your right shoulder. As you inhale, release from your twist, float the arms back to cactus, coming back to neutral, facing forwards. Inhale again here. On the exhale, we're twisting to the left, floating the arms down, following with your gaze. Really twisting from the waist. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhale, release, come back to cactus. Bring the arms around in front, interlace the fingers. Exhale, drop your chin down towards your chest, draw the belly button in towards the spine, rounding here. Feeling that nice juicy stretch into the back of the body, into the back of the neck. Notice where you can feel the stretch. Notice what's alive for you. Inhale, lift the gaze. Drop the hands down and find that interlace behind your back this time, rolling the shoulders back, opening across the chest. Same again here. Watch out for if you're tending to flare the ribs out here. Keep some activation through the core. So thinking about drawing the belly button in towards the spine, we're still opening across the heart space. And release, shake it out. Haven't done these wrist flicks on YouTube for a while, so let's do them. Shake it out. Doesn't matter how it looks. Let's see what feels good for you. And then finishing with these wrist flicks, just hold the hands out in front, palms facing up, and pause for a moment. I want you to notice if you can feel any sensations or energy in the hands, any tingling, any energy moving. It's okay if you don't. We all feel things differently at different times. Just notice. Notice what's there. Lovely, and we'll move into our tabletop position on the mat now. From here, we're going to bring this right leg out to the side, so opening into this right hip, into the right groin. Notice how this feels. And then from here, start to walk your hands forwards as you melt the chest and the forehead down to the mat for Anahata puppy pose, melting heart pose. Breathing here, keeping those hips above the knees. Inhale, draw the belly in, walk the hands back in so they're underneath the shoulders. We're going to lift this leg away from the mat. Can you hold it there for a couple of breaths? Ooh. Bend that right leg and bring it back in to center. Now we'll come onto the other side. So bring your left leg out this time, opening into that hip space, Svadhisthana, second chakra. And then walk the hands forward, coming into your puppy pose. If it feels too much, then you can keep the hands, the wrists underneath the shoulders and just work with the stretch there. Breathing into this space. Feeling that juicy stretch into the tops of the shoulders, the cervical part of the spine. Opening into the heart space. And even though when we're thinking about opening into the heart, and we're thinking about this chest area where Anahata, the heart chakra, is located, our heart is actually ever so slightly closer to the back of the body. So quite often when we're doing back bends, these are heart opening poses because the heart is in that whole space. Inhale, start to walk the hands back in. Same again on this side. Can you lift that left leg away from the mat and hold it there? Keep breathing. Bend it in, bring it back to center. Well done. Exhale, sit your hips down towards the heels. Melt the chest and the forehead down to the ground. Child's pose. Close off the eyes if that feels good too. You can always come back to child's pose at any time that you need to in this practice. Notice where you can feel your breath traveling to within your body. Inhale, open the eyes back up, lift the hips away from the heels. Tuck the toes under. And on the inhale, we're going to hover the knees away from the mat. So ever so slightly away from the floor. Fingers nice and spread here, shoulders above the wrists. And then start to take a little more bend through the legs. And we're going to hop the feet in, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, find a halfway lift here. And then exhale, folding forwards. Bend the legs as much as you need to. You can take the hands to the elbows. Maybe you're taking a little bit of a movement here. Maybe that's a rock from side to side. Opening into the backs of the legs, just seeing what feels good. Release the hands. Take some bend in the knees. Bring the hands back to the hips. Inhale, draw the belly in. Come up to standing Tadasana mountain pose. Feet are still roughly hip width apart here. Rounding into the mat. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the sky. Lift your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, step the feet back, work through your chaturanga. I'll do the modified version to start with, dropping the knees down. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest away from the mat, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, melt the chest back down to the mat. And then on your next exhale, everybody meeting in a downward facing dog. Remember, you can always take a child's pose at any time. Press the mat away from you with your hands. Lift up and out through the shoulders, hips to the sky. Connecting to your breath. On your next inhale, stepping or jumping the feet in. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the sky, grow the spine tall. Exhale, hands through heart center, Jali Mudra. Inhale, hands reaching up to the sky. Exhale, folding forwards, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down on the mat, step or jump back, work through your chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze between the hands, step or jump in. Lift the chest and lengthen the spine, find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, hands come through to heart center. You might like to step the feet in slightly here, see what works for you. Inhale, sit those hips back, Utkatasana. Draw the belly in. Drawing the energy in through the feet, traveling into the body. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, jump the feet back, work through your chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Breathing. Checking in with how the body's feeling. Being the observer of the breath, the body, and the mind. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep this right leg up to the sky. You can open the hip, three-leg dog. Keep the shoulders nice and strong here. Then we're going to shift the shoulders forwards as you bend this right leg. Bring the right knee to tap the right elbow. And then you're going to thread this right foot through to the outside of your left hand, coming into your fallen triangle. Reach left arm either up to the sky or it's coming by that left ear. So you've pivoted onto the outside edge of this right foot. Beautiful. Draw the left hand back down to the mat with control. Bring that right leg back in, pivoting onto the left hand, sorry. Bring the right toes down to the mat. Open up into your wild thing. Heart lifting, breathing here. Now moving back, meeting in a plank position, and move through your chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling downward facing dog. Well done. Moving within the body. Coming onto the left side now, left leg sweeps up to the sky, three-leg dog, opening the hips, stay strong through the shoulders. Start to draw the left knee through. First of all, tap the left knee to the left elbow. Then you're going to thread that left foot through to the outside of the right hand. Right hand sweeps up to the sky, fallen triangle. Draw your right hand back down to the mat with control. Bring that left leg back in, bring the weight into the right hand and lifting the heart to the sky, finding your wild thing. Breathing into any wobbles and shakes, lifting the heart to the sky. Now, draw that left hand back down to the mat. Bring yourself back to a downward facing dog, lifting the hips to the sky. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward, back to plank, and work through your chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale, step or jump the feet in towards the hands. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit the hips back, Utkatasana. Squeezing the thighs together, drawing the belly in. Exhale. Well done. Taking a couple of grounding breaths here. Taking a moment to just check in with the body. Notice how everything's feeling. Step out and come into a position where the feet are slightly further than hip width apart and we've got the toes pointing out, hands in Anjali Mudra. As you exhale, bend through the legs, float down, coming into our Malasana squat. So if you're taking a block here, take that under the hips or under the heels, and then we're going to press the elbows into the knees, knees into elbows, reach the crown of the head to the sky, growing the spine tall. Engage through Mula Bandha. Engage the muscles at the seat of the pelvis, the pelvic floor. Bring your right fingertips down to the mat. Sweep the left arm up to the sky. If it's in your practice, you can take the bind here around this right leg, sending the gaze up towards the ceiling. And releasing from the bind or the stretch, come on to the other side. So left hand comes down to the mat, Right arm reaches up to the sky. Maybe you're taking bind. Not forcing anything here, just listening to the body. And releasing, bring the hips down to the mat. You can take the legs out in front. I'm going to bring the left knee in and then drop that left knee out to the side for Janu Sirsasana. The sole of the left foot's coming to the inside of the right thigh. This right leg's coming out in the center line of the body. You can take a block under the left thigh if you need to. Inhale, lift the ribs away from the hips, make space. As you exhale, fold forward, lead with your chest bone. Shoulders are rolled back, space across the chest. So if that means staying higher up, then that could be a really great place to be and take your breaths there. You could be coming further down. Just keep leading with the chest. So we're stretching into the back of the leg. We're also externally rotating the left hip and opening into this left hip space as well. There's a lot going on here. Seeing if you can find those little movements with the breath. When you inhale, maybe you can find a gentle lift. On the exhale, melting into your fold. On your next inhale, walking the hands back in, coming back up to neutral. And then from here, we're gonna lift this left knee away from the mat. And then I want you to step the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. See how this feels? You could work here, or you're gonna bend this leg underneath as well. So we're finding our Matsyasana, half Lord of the Fish pose. So we're going to bring the left hand out behind. And then inhale, reach the right fingertips up to the sky. As you exhale, twisting to the left. And then floating this right arm, either hugging the left leg or you're going to hook it over. Finding your twist. Take a couple of breaths to start with here. In this twist, so inhale. Finding length and space in the body, and exhale, melting into the twist. And then option, if you want a progression here, it's just an option, is this right hand is going to come to the outside of your left foot. You're going to lengthen that left leg and then reach this left hand out behind, taking it away from the mat and follow with your gaze. So key, if you have taken this option, really important to make sure that you're not rounding through the spine to take this. We are really lifting up and out from the waist and there's space across the chest. We're drawing the belly in, using our core to support the spine. Well done, and release, unraveling. Now we'll find our Janu Sirsasana on the other side. So this right leg's going to bend in. Then we're going to drop the right knee out to the side. Take any support you need with blocks and props here. Left leg's coming out in front. Inhale, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, folding forwards. And we really bring the body over this front leg. Leading with the chest bone. Staying higher up if that's what you need today. The most important thing is prioritizing the length and strength of the spine. So if that means keeping your alignment with the spine and staying higher up, then that, that could be a really great place to stay. Seeing if you can connect with your breath here. Maybe finding a gentle lift through the body on the inhale and melting into your fold on the exhale. Inhale, walk the hands back in, and same again. So we're going to bring this right knee away from the mat, step the right leg to the outside of your left leg this time. You can either work here, or you're also going to bend the left leg underneath. Be mindful of this left knee joint. So just check in with the left knee joint. How is it feeling? Is it feeling okay? If it doesn't feel right in any way, then you can keep the leg lengthened. Right hand's going to come out behind. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up to the sky, lift up and out from the waist. As you exhale, twist to the right, taking that hug or the hook. Follow with your gaze, coming over the right shoulder. Breathing here. And again, we're twisting, stretching the spine, but we're also stretching into the hips. For those who want it, we're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the right foot, lengthen that right leg, lift the right hand away from the mat. Keep setting the gaze out to the back of the room, but make sure that you're still lifting up and out from the waist. We're not rounding the spine, spine staying long, crown of the head and reaching towards the ceiling. Beautiful, and release, unravel, and come into your comfortable seated position on the mat. Close down the eyes, bring the hands back to the knees, palms facing down. Let your shoulder blades run down your back. Let your sitting bones sink into the ground. Soften the muscles in your face. Open and close the jaw a couple of times. Releasing tension. Letting go, just allowing this practice to absorb. Slow and soft breaths. We'll start to open the eyes if you're ready to, coming back into the physical body. If you have time to, I strongly recommend taking a long Shavasana or meditation. Thank you so much for being here and supporting this channel. I really, really appreciate it. As always, there's the links below to all the other things that I offer. Do check it out. My online membership has well over 80 videos on there. I've got everything from beginners practices to strong intermediate practices, longer meditations, body scans, relaxation, desk stretches. So yeah, do check that out, and I can't wait to see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.